Hi, guys. Everyone, happy July 4th. It's great to be back with you again. I'm sure you had a lot of laughs and smiles with my videos here, but I'm very novice when it comes to reporting news or anything such as that, because I'm not a TV person, but I'm trying to help the world find a new way to paint pictures and enjoy painting pictures and so on and so forth. Usually not a talker. I'm usually a quiet person, calm. And a lot of people say I'm very kind. And they just haven't seen me when I'm upset or mad, I guess. But anyhow, I have a beautiful July Bible verse to share with you today on Independence Day. And thank God we're still around to do this. Um, so, today, isn't that a pretty picture for July? It comes off of Bible verses, the calendar that I got at Walmart, which is very nice. And usually, if you buy these, you can get them for $1 at the dollar store, of course. And lifelong lesson, try to save your money. But at Walmart, they cost almost 3 times more, if not more. Okay, so today it says, "My soul trusts in you, and in the shadow of your wings, I will make my refuge." Psalms 57:1, which is very beautiful verse. Let me show this to you up close and hope it's not backwards. I don't know. It looks backwards to me. But anyhow, it is a beautiful verse. And I told you we'd be painting my next video. So this is the next video. We're going to start painting. So you remember this was on our last video. And I was showing you the picture that I saw and the cloudy black and white paint mixture of acrylics. So this is what I saw. And we're going to try to make it beautiful. So I hope you by now have already done a canvas with a dark and light color that you enjoy and brighten, makes you happy, and that it's dry and that you're ready for this step of painting. So we'll probably paint a little bit. Sometimes it takes me days to paint one picture, but we'll get started anyhow, and hopefully, uh, eventually, we'll have something beautiful to show the world. And so let's get started here. And remember, I was telling you to have your paints ready and acrylic water, whatever you like to use. Or if you've never used any of them, try each one of them, see what suits you best. But I've already got a few paintbrushes, old paintbrushes, because I never throw them away. I eventually wash them. Sometimes not right after I use them, which is the best method to do to keep your paintbrushes like new and to work better for you. But on that note, we'll go ahead and start painting. I did forget to get one thing though, something to mix my paint in. So let me do that real quick. So as you can see, my paint palette has been used over and over and over again because I only paint in the winter months here in Michigan. It's kind of cold and snowy outside, and I can't walk on the snow. I will definitely slide down and hurt myself if I do that. But so I have about 3 or 4 months that I just, when I can't sleep at night, I paint. And then after a few years, in the summer, I have gathered a few paintings that I usually put in a contest just to share it with others. And sometimes they'll win. I haven't actually put into a contest that I haven't won, but um, I do a lot of contests online with Fine Art American Pixels.com, and I will enter some of my paintings there. And I have won uh, some other contests, such as uh, the Fine, Amer- Fine Art America uh, featured show. I also have won for cartoon shows, for extravaganza, anything goes shows, and others that I can't recall the name of them right now. But you should be able to see that if you go to fineart.com or pixels.com and you look through my gallery of paintings. Then, if you go toward the bottom of the picture, you'll see the different shows that I've won contests in. Um, Also, uh, at those sites, you can also leave comments. You can, which I always like to read, whether they're good or bad. It helps, if someone says they don't like a painting, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should put more bright colors in, or they will like it. Everybody has an opinion, and those opinion counts. And instead of being negative about others' opinions, I'm always positive because of the fact that I can certainly learn from others, and we never get too old to learn from others. I'm just thankful that I'm still around to be able to communicate ideas and so forth. But you can also, if you like my paintings, any of them, you can have them printed on coffee mugs, on shower curtains, T-shirts. You can have them painted, printed on rugs, blankets, yoga pads, just a huge number of things, metal, wood, canvas. So all those will be copies, but if you do want to buy the original, you can email me at maryestherring@gmail.com, and I will be notified, and then we can get together and give you a phone number where we can set up an arrangement where you can buy my original paintings. And usually I give a huge discount on the originals. Um, it's better than just stacking them up until somebody buys them at the price that they should be. Uh, and we never know what they should be because artists only go by the hours they put forth uh, into the work of creating a painting, and the also the money that they put into the paintings, such as whether we use oil paints, acrylics, or watercolors. As oil paints are pretty expensive. Um, Acrylics are next expensive, and then watercolors are less expensive. And of course, you've got the dry pastels and you have oil pastels, so those are different prices as well. And then you have the quality of your canvas, whether it's a cotton canvas or whether it's a Walmart canvas or wherever you find your canvas, what you paid for that, and then your paintbrushes and your paint. Uh, this thing right now. Sometimes I forget what the word just don't come to me. So yeah, that's one of my disabilities. But and I guess it happens in old age, according to related, I think, to ancestry. But so you have to add all those things up, and then you pretty much know with your timing and what you're charging as uh, hourly for for a painting. So put all those things together, and sometimes, depending on like this huge one back here, it's I call it Earth Invasion. It's oil on canvas, and the canvas is expensive, and then there's like a gold leaf uh, trimming that I put on it. So that took a long time, and I think it took around 2 winters to finish that painting, another big painting, and a few small ones. Um, and then, of course, there's your time and energy. But anyhow, so that's usually how artists prices their paintings. Uh, just like on a job, although this is not a job to me, it's more therapy and uh, just something to help me when I can't sleep from the aches and pains. So, painting palette, I just remembered. So, let me see. I got any water in my paintbrushes, which I didn't. I'll put quite a bit in there this time. I'm just using this. I get these things. I got some kind of food in these, or drinks that you mix, and so I saved them. I save all kinds of containers. Uh, I saved the lids of the laundry soap, different types of lids, and I save a lot of different types of things to help me with my paintings, because if you go buying palettes all the time, or you're buying if you're buying other things, so that's my husband, and he's obviously got my grandson online, so they call me every day. They love their grandmother, and I love them to death. They are the most awesome, beautiful grandchildren, Katie and Carl, and very intelligent. And but back to this, if you buy these buy containers for your paint, you're going to be out a load of finances. Uh, so yeah, I skimp on everything. Um, you know, it's I think they have a saying, "Start to death artists." Well, when everything's going into your paints and your canvas and your brushes, then yeah, you start skimping. But so let's get started here. I've got this. Let me put it down a little bit so you can see. I've got the palette, and it's not clean. I got tired of washing it years ago, so I don't wash it anymore. I just keep adding to it, and sometimes I think these old colors mix with the new, and it comes out pretty cool. So I use it. Okay. So today, let's start with the sky. I want to start with the sky on that painting. That at a later time, I'll be with you. I'm busy right now, and so as you recall, this is what we're painting, and of course, you're painting your own. But I just want to show you my style so that you can follow it or have a style of your own. Everybody's got a cool style of their own. So just do what you want to do. And what I want to do today, I think I want to start. I've got this acrylics kind of purple paint. I told you I never waste anything when it comes to painting because it's so expensive. But I've got a little bit left. I'm going to use it. I usually use all my paint. Uh, Even I'll bite it. Sometimes I'll have paint all over my face because I bite my tubes of paint, and I use as much out of it as I can without wasting it. So what I'm doing right now is let me go down a little bit. I'm just squeezing out a little bit because of the fact that I I don't have much. So, but one thing that I want you to know is always put your lid back on, no matter how many seconds or minutes or hours you want to use that color. And that's because I know you can't see all my face, but that's not important. The idea is important. So you don't want to waste your paints ever. When it gets that low, you still got a good picture ahead of you to use it on. So, like I say, save money. Also, let me see. I'm just going to use the same old paintbrush that we did. I was working with the last video, and what I want to do is water that color down, and then I can't really paint upside down, so I'm going to turn my chair around so that you can see what I'm doing. And let me turn it this way, move some of this stuff on the floor, because this is my art studio. This room is my art studio, my sewing room, whatever arts and crafts I do in here. And it is pretty crowded. So what you want to do is take your paint, okay, and I watered it down quite a bit, so I'm going to see what I can do. Now, I want to start at the top because I think I'm going to use some red in it, you know, and I'm just going to go in and out of there. In the sky part, yes. And they're still hollering at me, knowing that I'm videoing this art session. And that's what you get when you work at home, right? You get interrupted all the time because family just never stops. Thank God they never stop, though. So if you can see, I'm just kind of going in and out of that sky. And I really don't worry about going over the lines. And the reason I don't worry about going over the lines is because I'm going to be painting the trees anyhow. So I just want to paint that sky, get some of that paint in there. And this far-fetched line going out here, just paint right over it because I don't really care for it to be that far out. And just have fun with it. Don't worry about going over the lines at this point or anything because those lines will disappear anyhow. Okay, but I want to bring my sky down about that far because I am going to put some red in it. And I'll probably cover that up with bush or something. So, okay. And it don't have to be a solid. I mean, leave some little hints of space in there, you know. I don't want it to be too solid. So this is what we've got so far. And from that point, I'm sure that you say, oh, well, It's not going to look very good. And I beg to differ at this point because once you finish the painting, then it looks a lot better than when you start it. So, see, this is bright red. It's called, I don't know, it's called it, um, one of my favorite reds. Huh, I don't even have the name on it, or I'm just not seeing the name because I'm half blind and don't have my glasses on. They're here, but I don't want to use glasses when I paint because I can see the shadows better without using it. So remember, put your lid on though. It's important. You don't want to waste that paint because it will dry up on you. And I'm going to put this brush down and just so I can get a better orange. That's kind of stiff. I told you I won't wash my paintbrushes all the time because and when they are stiff, you can kind of smudge them out unless they're real stiff. And then you're going to have a problem. And this one has a little ochre color on it, but I like that. And so I'll just run it in with the orangey red. So just a little red in there, different places. Sky sometimes just looks like lines of colors. And I like that, the way that it's going over the purple. I like that. It really makes a nice background there for a bright sky. It's kind of cloudy looking. I'm kind of running this right into the purple. So, but I do want to get as close as I can to the lines. And like I said, it don't matter if you get it all over the lines because you know where that tree is anyhow. And just keep running along because it's getting on the sail too, which I don't mind. Running it as close as possible. Anywhere there's some gray, I'm just kind of mixing it in. And I need some more water on it though because it's not smearing as well as I want it to smear. Maybe that's why people like water paints. I just don't. Water paints, it'll really run in where you want it to run, I guess. And I've used water paints. It's just so messy for me. And I'm a messy painter, and I like it. I have no rules when it comes to painting. I've got a few bushes and trees there, which I'll be going over, so I don't care if it gets on the lines. And I'll probably run some bright yellow or something in there. I want some good sky. And sky is like water. Sky is like water. Um, it just all runs together nicely. I don't want too much orange. Just, of course, you don't want it running in loops or anything like that because sky don't run in loops. At least the skies I've seen don't. Okay, that's enough of that color. So let's go back and get maybe some yellow to lighten it up. We want to lighten it up. So it looked like maybe there might be a little sun out there. Whoops, poured too much, but I'll be using it. Always use the colors to spread throughout the picture. Anyhow, of course, you got to work kind of fast sometimes, otherwise your colors will literally dry up before you even use your colors. So it's going to bring a little bit of sunshine in. And I'm just going to kind of, that's the way I mix my colors sometimes. I don't mix them in the palette. I just kind of mix them on the paper, on the canvas, and just to bring some brightness into it. Don't want to cover it all up, but when you do it this way, you get some really cool colors out of it. And maybe it's a little brighter back there. But, see how it's changing the colors there? It's not so red and it's not so purple. And you want to do that clear across because one part of the sky is usually same color as the other part of the sky. And just go over it and over it. Because you can fix any part of it that you want to at a later time once you get your painting going. You don't even have to really worry at this point about how it's turning out. I never do. I just like the nice little squiggly things. So if I like them, I keep going with it. But you don't want to have too much, otherwise you'd have a storm on your hands. All right, so there's your basic sky colors, which is uh, somewhat strange looking at this time, but we can fix that as we go along. And what I think we want to do next is probably um, get some dark color to go in there too. Actually, I told you I use all the colors up. So what I'm going to do is run the purple with the red to make a dark color and not waste the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and outline the trunks of my trees where I want those. And you see how that just goes right over the sky. You don't have to worry about it because this is for fun. It's not, it's, and it may turn out, something that you can really uh, let others enjoy, and it may turn out beautiful. We don't know yet. I never know until the end of it when you finish the painting. And with that purple and that bright reddish orange, it's turned out to be a good dark brown here. And my hands are so old that they pretty much shake throughout every picture I paint. It'd be nice to have a nice, young, steady hand, but unfortunately, I don't have that. Okay. So, and you twist your brush every once in a while if you want it a little sharper, as I was doing. And I'm just trying to get these trees. Let me put it here. I'm trying to get these trees outlined where they're going to go at this point. And this one here is a big tree. So, hold on, let me Take this down. My hands shake too much, and then I'll show you where I just painted in the lines where the tree's gonna be. That's my husband and my grandson. They're pretending to be on a roller coaster ride. We went to Georgia and the Six Flags of Georgia and rode the roller coaster. Well, I didn't. Can't do that stuff anymore. Actually, I never did because I don't like roller coasters, nor do I like. I think you can see that better when I just set it here. So just watch from that. Just should really probably put paper in this so I can hold it. And these are just trees that I'm painting. Little where the lines were just trees, and they can go different directions. And I think I'm gonna run this tree through the sky here. You see? Just make that line up through the sky, and then just bring it down there. And more water. I'm still using the same paint I squeezed out until I can't use it anymore. And that's because it should be um, good until it dries up. But right now, let me grab a few paper clips to hold this painting because my hands shake so much I can't even hold it and paint too. And it's an awkward position I have here trying to paint and show you the process that I use. So I'm grabbing some paper clips here. I'm simply going to put them here. I'm going to put them on the sky for now because it's pretty dry. That's what I love about acrylic. And I'm just going to put that there. And I can still paint, but I don't have to shake it so much while I'm holding it. And I'm trying to keep it where the viewers can actually watch this. And I would never pass as a producer for a TV show, that's for sure. Okay, now we have a few trees there. We got some little trees here, which I thought would be a bush, but I'm seeing tree lines, you know, which is pretty cool. We can do that. And let me see. I don't want a brown boat, so I'm not going to use this brown. But what I am going to do is add, let me get some green. I'm going to use some dark green for the top of the trees and get that out of the way. And if you can't get your lid off, just bite it and twist it. Lefty is loosey and righty is tighty. Okay, so when you turn it to the right, it will tighten up. When you turn it to the left, it will loosen up. So let me put some of this green. I'm just going to put it right beside the brown and the yellow. And that's going to be pretty cool. And you don't want to put too much like I just did. As I say, it may dry up before I use it, but I'm going to try to work as fast as I can on this. Okay, so I don't mind using my yellow paintbrush that I've been using because this is going to be dark anyhow. And probably need some light in it. So I'm going to go with my little trees. Oh, that puts some pretty cool colors in there. That's me. I'm known for many colors. Yep. Right over my paper clip too. But that's okay. I'll extend my tree out. I never see mistakes. I just cover it up if it happens. And we can do a little bush right here up into the sky. And I always start, like I say, with we'll do a little bushes there. That always start with dark first and then light on top of dark. And let's do some of this over the sky, some tree. It don't have. And as you see, I'm just tapping it. I'm not doing anything special. How far do you want your tree to go? I don't know. Take it as far as you want. It's your prerogative. Not have a few hanging down. I don't know. But I can tell you, it can be a lot of fun. Okay, so maybe this tree is putting out some bushes that way. And if you want it to like come toward you, you'll want to tap it in this manner. And then it says, hey, I'm going towards you, you know. And if you want it to like overlap, just overlap it on the other part. But I'm just kind of having it coming toward me. And you don't have to use the same process. I'm just showing you my technique, and you can learn your own. And then it'll be a lot more fun for you as you go. You just do your own thing, which is a good idea because everybody has different values, different techniques. And so, okay, so we got our trees pretty much smudged in there. And from our trees, so you don't waste your green, you can just maybe tap in some green little bushes growing here around the trees. I think you could see that. So, and then maybe a taller bush here. And there might be a few coming out here toward the water, toward the bank of water. And it might just be all grassy down in these parts. I don't know. It's, you know, anything's possible in these paintings. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with that gray there between the trees at this point. Now this one, I can just kind of push it up and make it look like bush growing there. As I say, it's up to you what you can think of. And right now, it don't look like, much uh, is happening, but there is a lot happening. When you finish your picture, you can see where it's all happening. And I'm just kind of bringing them bushes where they're kind of growing this way. And so what I want to do is run that green old brush, uh, put some yellow on it since I've got yellow, and maybe bring out some highlights in the trees so you can see it. And I just usually tap them in because I love that apple green color and it really brightens up that dark green. And I like bright colors in my paintings. And it's kind of like the sun's shining, yet it's, you know, somewhat of a colorful sky background. And see how that turns yellow and that pretty green there. You don't want to cover up all the darkness, but this just kind of enhances that dark green and makes it look like there's more of a perspective to the tree line there. And it's almost like evergreen trees, you know. So gives a little brightness in your painting. And anything green, you can do the same thing to it. Just put some highlights in that little bush, you know. Um, didn't mean to put that many, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt it. It's just going to enhance it. Anytime you make a mistake, if you want to go over it, feel free to do so. You can change it as many times as you want. And that's a different kind of bush. I'm just going to maybe put it up toward here and let it grow. And put a little more yellow on there so I can get some more color there. Who knows? It may turn out to be a fall picture. I don't know. Um, so, you can even run a little bit in here, like grass. And anytime you're doing grass, you want a little grass in it. Which sometimes I even do a little weed or two this way. I'll just bring it up like that. Let it grow where it may. I'm a self-taught artist. I don't go by rules very well. So, yeah. Um, so I just pretty much do what I want. There's no set rules. And I just like things that are different. I don't like everything, you know, the way that everybody likes. You know, just kind of like different, a different look. I don't know what kind of bush that would be called in reality, but I like it. And that's the main thing, is that you like it. Because you can't please everybody in the world, but you can try to please your own self with your own uh, techniques and your own colors. And that's a pretty nice little bushy place. And I might throw a few little bushes back here behind that rock. And it don't matter if I get it on the rock, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to paint that rock a whole different color. And maybe that little grass is kind of growing out into that lake. So I just let it grow. And so then you've got that growing for you, going for you, whatever. And then you can just, maybe you want some, I don't know, maybe we can just have some little flowers there. But maybe we can have some purple flowers. Oh, got a little more purple on there. And see what happens, because I sure do like purple flowers. In fact, magenta is my favorite color. Whoops, gotta obey my own rules. Put my lid on there. Yeah. Sometimes I get forgetful and I forget to do that, man. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I tell you what I do when I forget and it dries up, the paint dries up. I use that dry paint as texture for my next painting. So I just want some cute little tiny flowers running out toward the water. And maybe a few back in here. Well, that's a big one, so I'm going to have to do something with that on it. And just imagination, just use your imagination. Place your flowers where you want them. Sometimes I get crazy with painting flowers because I like them so much. And just let them run wild. It can be a little wild place because nobody's maintaining this property. This is by a lake, so do what you want to do. You can grow as many wildflowers as you want. And you know what's cool about that too is you could put some of this bright reddish color in there. And I'm gonna put just a little bit here because I've been using too much of this for what I really need it for. Yeah, I'm gonna put some bright ones in there just to make them purple ones stand out. So I'm gonna use the same old paintbrush. I very seldom change my paintbrush. It's so weird too. Um, See that? Put some there. It's so easy. I mean, who can't do that, right? Anybody can do that. Anybody can paint. So just cutting it different places. Oops, those kind of grew up into the tree line there. So that's okay. See how that brings those purple ones out, and I'll show you another little trick that will make it bright and pretty. I'm just putting them everywhere. I told you I get wild when it comes to flowers. And you can go upside down just any way you want to go. I mean, it's no big deal. You're not going to mess it up. You're just going to add something unique to it. Okay, and when you're doing this, I'm putting yellow on here because I want to kind of make the flowers stand out. And I'll probably just tip it like that. And the reason I just tip it like that is I don't want to cover up all that red and yellow. I just want to make it look sunny and happy colors. So I'm going to just put it on the end. And this brush is used so much and it's so stiff because I hardly ever wash it out. But it still works for what I need to do. You see those little flowers in there, how pretty and bright? And you can even put a few there, like they're growing from the mainland. Come on. Now it's better to wash your brush if you feel like it because otherwise you're just gonna, oops, those are some big, pretty little flowers. Oh, why not? Or just add yellow flowers to the purple flowers. But if you can, just, you know, if you really want to keep your purple or red flowers, um, then use a fine, when you're painting this small, use a fine tip brush. And that will just put a little dot in the middle of your flowers that you're trying to create. I gotta cover some of that yellow up with purple. I told you, you never make a mistake with this. So, since that, then we'll put a little yellow in there. It just looks like a cluster of flowers that is one that's different. And we never know how it's going to turn out anyhow, but it's fun. Fun making mistakes, pretty much. And everybody seems to love it. I don't know why, but everybody likes my unique way of painting. And professional artists probably be like, wow, you know, that's a weird way of painting. And maybe it is. But it turns out pretty good every time. So, yeah, I'm just putting some highlights back here, stand out a little more. So I show that it is, you know, dimensional. Okay, that's good. Okay, and we won't waste that paint. We will use it more in the painting. Let me show you what we've got so far. If you've been watching, you know what it looked like before, but it is starting to come together. Okay, so since I am an elderly and I get really tired easy and fast, I'm going to let you go for now. Well, I thought I was, but I see something that needs to be done before I let you. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a rock. Okay, so I'm going to let you go for now, and we'll finish this painting at another time. And I've really enjoyed painting with you. I really enjoyed teaching. I hope that I explain myself well enough to uh, for you to keep coming back and viewing the paintings that we do together. And until um, the next video, I hope you stay with me and we will continue. And I would like to get comments and so forth that if I'm helping you or not. Um, Also, I hope you have a safe Independence Day, and I hope that all will have fun. And God bless all, and keep you safe until the next time that we uh, get together again. So, God bless and happy Independence Day. Thank God. Okay, see you later.